And now for our mid-year life update with Hollis.
It's like we on the news.
Middle of the year.
This is like the news. Mid-year news update with Hollis Hunt.
Well,
Show the mic.
well, give us an update.
Honestly, you know why I love summers in Utah? Rodeos.
Oh, you did just go to a good rodeo.
I just went to a rodeo. And you know my favorite part about the rodeo?
Oh,
Wow.
can I guess, actually?
Yeah, I guess.
The bull riders.
I
everyone.
do love the bull riders.
National anthem. Wait, when the little kids chase.
Oh, that's
When the little kids chase the calf cow,
My
and the calf
nephew's doing
cow's just
that.
flipping the kids
I
over.
can't wait. My nephew's doing that
Oh,
next
yes?
on Thursday.
Kingston?
So funny.
No.
When they're like put
Hank.
like $5 bills and $1 bills and they're just trucking these little kids over and the
It's
kids
like,
are getting up
"Wee."
smiling and chasing
They
it
love
again
it. They love
because
it.
they're like, oh, it's so fun. But my second favorite part of the rodeo is all rodeos do this, but that's my third favorite part is the national anthem in the beginning with fireworks. Sometimes parachutes
Beautiful.
come down. But when everyone clears out, goes to the center of the rodeo and everyone starts dancing to country music.
I don't think
so
I've ever
nice.
stayed till the end. I just realized, is that a thing?
Just some rodeos do it. But top three.
I'm the kind of guy that says we got to leave to beat the run.
Oh,
But
of course
this,
you are.
this is me. I always want to
Dad.
show on time to every rodeo, every sports game, everything, because I love standing up, putting my hand on my heart, and singing the national anthem. Sometimes there's fireworks. Sometimes there's people parachuting in. Sometimes there's like military people there.
Like the girl on the horse going a big circle.
yeah,
Carrying the
that's
flag?
great too.
Oh,
Beautiful.
America 250.
Beautiful.
America! Wow. Yeah, Grace. I'm
I've
glad
been
you
saying
said
that.
that.
I've been saying that.
I don't even know what that means, but
We'll talk about it later. You know, 250 years of America being America.
I didn't know that. Is that like a big thing right now?
Oh my gosh.
That's
Oh my
actually
God.
insane.
I've
This
just
is
seen very
wild.
little
Oh my god.
TV, social
You're
media.
just so
It's
in it, bro.
just-
You're like, it don't matter counting. We did
No,
it,
we're
bro.
just here.
Oh gosh.
We in the flow, dog.
Welcome to This Is Kingdom, a good news brand podcast. This is great.
This is Talon.
This is TJ.
And this is Hollis.
And today, y'all, we got Encounter at the Empty Tomb by President Dieter F. Uchtdorf.
Beautiful.
Let's
Beautiful,
get
TJ. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all, this was such a good talk. You have to go read this talk 'cause it's so good. And it made me realize that there's a lot of, I love questions. Anyone that's friends with me knows that I just love a good question that just sparks a good
why we're
chat.
friends.
Yes, they're just fun.
You're so good at that.
And I realize there's like questions, there's a hierarchy of questions. There's, your shallow ones that aren't really that relevant,
Kiddie
but they're
pool.
fun. Yeah, you're the kiddie pool. You're shallow. There's, your deeper questions. And then there's the most important questions, like just the questions that matter most. Those are the questions that I most love talking about. I like them all, but I love the questions that's like, dang, these have significance to them. And reading this talk, I realized there might be one question that, fight me if you think I'm wrong, might be the most important question. That this actually might be the question, the answer to it determines more than any other question. And is the tomb empty? And that's what Elder Uchtdorf was talking about so much, was the witnesses who were at the tomb and saw that the tomb was empty, and they went out and they were witnesses their whole life. But then he looks at us and he challenges us and he says, you actually need to find out if the tomb is empty. So I have two questions that I want to ask about this. One, I want to know, why does it matter if the tomb's empty? What difference does it actually make if Jesus rose on the third day and the tomb was left empty? What do you guys think?
Okay, I think I'm kind of answering this and kind of bringing up a new question.
That sounds fun.
Okay, it's going to be like kind of a double. But when you were talking, I was kind of thinking in my head, well, we don't get to experience the empty tomb. We're not going to show up in the middle of Jerusalem and we're not going to look in a tomb. Of course, the tomb's empty. It's been thousands of years. Okay, we're not having a first person experience of the tomb being empty. So when we sit here and we're talking about like, oh, you need to discover that the tomb's empty, it's not going to take an airplane ride and
not that you need to go
glasses.
look inside the tomb.
That's not how it's going to work. So how do we discover right now that the tomb's empty? And I just my mind kind of started wandering and I just thought to myself, oh, it's because of what is true. It's because of us being able to experience the truths of an empty tomb. Now, I just started thinking oh, because the tomb is empty, we get to have hope after devastating circumstances. Because the tomb is empty, we get to see the people that we love again. Because the tomb is empty, we get to experience forgiveness after we've messed up. Because the tomb is empty, our worst days can turn into our best days. Because the tomb is empty, things that might have seemed like a tragedy, we can now celebrate. If you have experienced any of those things, you have experienced the empty tomb. You didn't firsthand experience it, but if you have experienced forgiveness, you have seen, you are a witness of the resurrection. If you have experienced grace, you are a witness of the resurrection. If you have experienced a second chance, you are a witness of the resurrection. If you have experienced a good thing happening when it seemed impossible, you are a witness of the resurrection. And I think that is why it matters that the tomb is empty, because the greatest feelings and experiences that this world has to offer all stem from the miracle that was the resurrection.
We've been watching House of David on Prime. Just so cool. And then even through...
Is it worth watching? I haven't seen any of it.
It's cool. I like it. They do, really good job in my opinion. And with Come Follow Me, just studying these chapters, Lo just threw it down. Shout out Lo, my wifey. She just threw it down in Sunday school, man. Just talking about that line from David as he's got Goliath, where he just says, "The battle is the Lord's," bro. Like, it's
Such a
so
good
good.
line.
And I feel like it's important to understand that the tomb is empty, because if we don't, then all these things that Grace just shared, we're going at it like alone. It's important to remember, because as we fight our battles, as we fight our Goliaths, and as we face mental health challenges and family struggles and trials and disappointments, if we don't remember that tomb is empty, we can have that feeling that we're going at things alone. And the thing that I love about David, and the thing that I love about our church leaders and apostles and prophets and what they're teaching us, is just that we are not alone, and that we have Jesus wanting to walk with us and wanting to face these battles right by our side. And so that's why it matters to me.
I love that. When I was a missionary in Thailand, there was a video that the church came out with that I would listen to and watch every single day. And I think it's the best video the church has put out, but it was that Because of Him video.
Fire, bro.
Of course.
Because not only was it very aesthetic, I love the pace of it, but the music was so good. Dun 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 dun. Exactly.
Performance.
You ain't even need to watch it.
You don't even need to watch it
I got
anymore.
you.
But I love that video because for the first 30, 45 seconds, it shows amazing things that have happened in the world. It shows the light bulb, electricity being introduced to the world, people creating airplanes, the invention of the printing press, all these inventions and how insane they are. But none of it mattered if Christ was not in the empty tomb anymore. All of those things were possible because of him. There's so much wonder that happens in the world, but Christ not being in the tomb gives everything meaning. And that gave me so much purpose as a missionary, because Christ not being in the tomb gave me purpose for my life. It gave me purpose for sharing about him, and it gave me purpose of being who I am, because that means everything to me. I can be with my family forever. I can believe that I will see them again after death. It gives purpose and meaning to everything I do.
Oh, I wish I had my Book of Mormon with me right now, but I don't. But one of my favorite stories is 3rd Nephi, and it's when they're waiting for the star to come. They got this prophecy, right, that there will be a night as day, that there will be a star in the sky that marks that Christ was born, right? And what I love about that story is leading up to that time that they were waiting for, right? It had been prophesied that it would come in 5 years, and leading up to it, it wasn't happening. And all of a sudden, all the people that didn't believe were like, see, everything you believed was in vain. Everything you believed was fake. And I feel like those people a lot, where they're holding on to the hope, they're holding on to the belief, but I am sure that doubt started to creep in of like, wait, were we wrong about this? Like, wait, is it not actually gonna happen? And it's some of my favorite verses. Go read them. It's in 3rd Nephi. It's when it happens, and the night is as day, and the star is there. And I can just feel their relief of, wait, the stories we've been told and the things that we've come to believe that there really is a Savior, there really is a Redeemer, there really is one that can make bad good. It's real. And man, when I think of is the empty tomb real, it's all the stories, all the verses, all the things that we hold on to and that we hope for. If the tomb is empty, those things are real. And there is one that has overcome all things. And I'm like, man, that means there will come a day that I do stand before Jesus and he looks at me and he tells me that he's proud of me for the work that I've done. He tells me that he's going to make me clean. You know what I mean? And that's something that I hold on to. And it's something that I want to search for and just try to understand better of like, is the tomb really empty?
I love that, Talon. And there's this line I love in his talk. And he says, he lives and is active and is an active, ongoing influence in his church and in the personal lives of those who follow him. He guides, comforts, listens, calms our fears, and wipes away our tears. And the thing that's hit me right now and why I'm so grateful that the tomb is empty is that all of these promises, like you guys are sharing, if the tomb is empty, they've come true. And for me, even more powerful than that, the promise that we make in that sacrament prayer is true, that we can always have his Spirit to be with us. And it's so comforting and just gets me hyped that Jesus, because he's not in his tomb, he is with me, like walking with me, giving me the words to say, holding my hands, giving me strength in my trials, giving me healing when I fall short. I mean, that is just everything, that he's alive and that he's with us personally, guiding us and guiding the church. And so this is just good, man. This is good news, bro.
There's a question in here that he asked, Elder Uchtdorf asked. I'm like, man, I just think every one of us should think about that. And it's, what have we seen, felt, or experienced? And I wanted to ask you guys that. When you think of why you believe the tomb is empty, what have you seen, felt, or experienced personally to make you believe that?
I just remember I had to have been in high school. I don't even remember when it was, but like have such a clear memory. And I just like made, do you know like when you like just like make a choice and you just knew the whole time it was a bad choice, but also it's like the type of choice like you like walk away from and it like you like feel it in your gut. Like it was just like it like you're like it, I don't know if it's the shame or the guilt. I don't know what emotion it is,
Just
but
all
you
of
know,
it
yeah, you
together.
just feel it. Like you just like feel like garbage. And I remember I got home that night and like I had repented before. But like that night I remember so like clearly like getting on my knees and like begging God to forgive me and like desperately pleading for a second chance. And I like knelt down and I was like just like praying my heart out. And I remember like physically feeling changed. Like I remember like genuinely like the feeling that I had when I made the choice like completely disappeared from me. And like I like went from feeling like God should give up to me, like God should give up on me, to like feeling like I was his best kid again in like a matter of minutes. And I have like never forgotten that. And repentance doesn't always feel like that to me, but I know it always can because I experienced that minute. And I was in like a class one time and there was like, we were kind of talking about that feeling of like when you feel like God should give up on you. And a boy like raised his hand and he like didn't really talk a lot in class. Like it was like, he was not like a raise your hand type of kid. And he started talking and everyone was like a little nervous about what he was going to say. But like, I've never forgotten it because I think it answers that first question of like, why does it matter? And he just said, you know what? If you felt like God should give up on you, you're actually right. He should have. He should have given up on you in the garden and on the cross, but he chose not to. He chose never to give up on you. And what I love the most about the empty tomb is that it wasn't someone that was forced to do that. It was someone who chose to never give up on us. And the fact that the tomb's empty is evidence of that.
Challenge of the week, y'all. One of the most important questions. We talked about it. Is the tomb empty? I want you to think about what have you seen, felt, or experienced that helps you believe that. And maybe you'll have a paper full of experiences. And if you have, how are you letting that change you? How are you letting that affect you? And maybe you have a blank page. And maybe that's something you haven't discovered yet. And maybe that's something you need to find. And I just want to encourage you with all my heart to find it because I don't think there's anything more important to discover.
Teach me to walk in the light of His love. Teach me to pray to my Father above. Teach me to know of the things that are right. Teach me to walk in the light.
See you next week.